If you're a man over 60, there's a very real possibility that the vegetables you've been told to eat for good health might actually be working against you. Imagine opening your refrigerator, reaching for what you believe is a wholesome, healthy choice, only to discover it could be one of the silent culprits behind declining energy, an enlarged prostate, or a fading sense of vitality. What if the foods you rely on for wellness and longevity are, without your knowledge, tipping your hormones out of balance? Today, we're opening the door on a topic very few are willing to discuss: the hidden impact of certain vegetables on testosterone in men over 60. If you're ready to take charge of your health and redefine what it means to age with strength, confidence, and vigor, keep watching. And before we go any further, if you value honest, science-backed advice tailored for men in their 60s, 70s, and beyond, take a moment to subscribe to PowerAfter70 and hit the bell icon. Have you ever noticed changes in your energy or mood after eating certain foods? Let us know in the comments your experience could help someone else take the next step toward better health. As we age, maintaining optimal testosterone levels isn't just about sexual health. It's about preserving muscle mass, keeping a sharp mind, supporting heart health, and feeling confident in your skin. Yet many men unknowingly sabotage their efforts by following well-meaning but incomplete advice. Eat more vegetables. The truth is, not all vegetables are created equal, especially when it comes to supporting male vitality after 60. New research and the experience of men's health specialists have revealed that some vegetables, though often recommended, can interfere with testosterone, disrupt hormonal balance, and contribute to chronic issues like inflammation and poor circulation. Let's break down the 3 vegetables that deserve a second look, why they may be problematic for men over 60, and how you can make smarter choices for lasting strength and well-being. First up, soy. Soy products, think tofu, soy milk, edamame, and the countless processed foods containing soy protein isolate have become dietary staples for many seeking heart-healthy, plant-based options. But for men in their later years, the story is more complicated. Soy is rich in phytoestrogens, plant-derived compounds that mimic estrogen, the primary female hormone in the body. While phytoestrogens aren't identical to human estrogen, they can bind to estrogen receptors and influence hormonal activity in subtle but significant ways. Recent studies have highlighted this concern. For example, a 2007 clinical trial found that men consuming 56 grams of soy protein isolate daily for 4 weeks experienced a notable decrease in serum testosterone compared to those consuming whey protein. While some research reports no major effect from moderate soy intake, the picture changes when intake is high or when soy is a regular part of your diet, through multiple sources, something that's increasingly common in the modern food landscape. For men already facing the natural decline of testosterone that comes with age, adding extra estrogen-like compounds can tip the balance further, leading to symptoms like reduced libido, fatigue, and even changes in body composition. Consider the story of James, a 68-year-old retired principal who replaced red meat and dairy with soy-based foods at his cardiologist's urging. Though his heart health remained stable, he found himself low on energy, disinterested in intimacy, and not quite feeling like himself. His blood work revealed low testosterone and unusually high estrogen for his age. Removing soy and focusing on clean animal proteins made a dramatic difference in just a few weeks. His experience is echoed by many men who, after reducing soy, report better energy and a return of confidence. But soy isn't the only vegetable to watch. Let's move to our second culprit: corn, specifically processed corn and its derivatives. Corn's reputation as a simple, wholesome food is well earned when it's eaten fresh and minimally processed. However, most of the corn in the modern diet doesn't come from the cob. It's hidden in products like corn syrup, cornstarch, and, most concerning, corn oil. These processed forms of corn are rich in omega-6 fatty acids. While omega-6s are essential in small amounts, the typical Western diet delivers them in excess, often at a ratio 20 times greater than anti-inflammatory omega-3s. Why does this matter for testosterone? Excess omega-6 intake promotes chronic, low-grade inflammation, which can damage the endothelium, the delicate lining of your arteries responsible for producing nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is key to healthy circulation, and poor blood flow is directly linked to erectile dysfunction and reduced sexual performance. A 2019 study found that meals high in omega-6 fatty acids led to a significant drop in serum testosterone among overweight men with hypogonadism. The inflammation doesn't stop at the arteries. It can also affect the prostate and contribute to joint pain and fatigue. Take Robert, a 62-year-old who swapped butter for margarine often made from corn oil, believing he was making a heart-healthy choice. Instead, he found himself more tired, plagued by joint pain, and struggling with erectile dysfunction. By eliminating processed seed oils and increasing his intake of omega-3 rich foods like salmon and walnuts, his vitality returned, and chronic aches began to fade. The lesson is clear: not all vegetable oils are created equal, especially for men aiming to preserve testosterone and vascular health. The third vegetable to reconsider is perhaps the most surprising: raw spinach. Spinach is celebrated for its wealth of nutrients, magnesium, iron, vitamins, but when eaten raw in large quantities, it can present a hidden challenge for men over 60. Raw spinach is exceptionally high in oxalates, natural compounds that bind to minerals like zinc and calcium in the gut, preventing their absorption. Why is this important? Zinc is a cornerstone mineral for testosterone production and prostate health. If your body can't absorb enough zinc, even a diet rich in this mineral won't translate to optimal hormonal function. William, a 67-year-old marathon runner, learned this the hard way. He started each day with a generous green smoothie packed with raw spinach, believing it was the healthiest possible choice. Yet his blood work showed low zinc and testosterone, and he noticed a decline in libido. The culprit was not the quantity of nutrients he consumed, but the form raw oxalate-rich spinach was interfering with mineral absorption. Once William switched to lightly cooked spinach, which dramatically reduces oxalate levels, his zinc and testosterone levels improved, and his overall sense of vitality returned. So, what's the bottom line for these three vegetables? It's not that they're inherently bad or should be universally avoided, but rather that their effects on male hormones, especially in older men, warrant attention. Moderation is key, and preparation methods can make all the difference. For soy, consider limiting your intake, especially if you're already experiencing symptoms of low testosterone. For corn, focus on fresh, whole corn and avoid processed products high in omega-6s. For spinach, cook it lightly to break down oxalates and unlock its full mineral benefits. Now that we've covered what to approach with caution, let's shift to the positive. Which vegetables can actively support male vitality, circulation, and hormonal balance after 60? It's time to highlight three overlooked heroes that deserve a central place on your plate. First, beets. If poor circulation is the villain, beets are the superhero. Beets are among the richest natural sources of dietary nitrates, which your body converts into nitric oxide. This molecule is essential for relaxing and widening blood vessels, supporting robust blood flow throughout the body, including to the organs most vital for male confidence and function. Studies published in the Journal of Nutrition have demonstrated that consuming beet juice can lower blood pressure and enhance endothelial function in older adults. However, preparation matters. Fresh, lightly cooked or grated beets retain their nitrate content, while pickling or overprocessing diminishes their benefits and adds unnecessary sodium. Second, broccoli. When it comes to hormonal balance, broccoli is a quiet powerhouse if prepared correctly. Like its cruciferous cousins, broccoli contains sulforaphane, a compound that supports the liver's detoxification processes, reduces systemic inflammation, and, crucially for men, helps clear excess estrogen from the body. This supports a healthy testosterone to estrogen ratio, which is the true secret to sustained vitality. However, sulforaphane is sensitive to heat. Overcooking or microwaving broccoli destroys much of this beneficial compound. The best approach is to steam broccoli lightly for just 3 or 4 minutes, or enjoy it raw with a healthy dip. Finally, mushrooms, especially common white button mushrooms, are the unsung guardians of testosterone. As men age, an enzyme called aromatase becomes more active, converting precious testosterone into estrogen. This can accelerate hormonal decline and sap energy, motivation, and muscle mass. White button mushrooms contain natural aromatase inhibitors, as demonstrated by research from institutions like the Beckman Research Institute. These compounds don't directly boost testosterone production, but they prevent the conversion of testosterone to estrogen, preserving more active hormone in the bloodstream. Adding sautéed mushrooms to your meals a few times a week can make a noticeable difference in how you feel and perform. So, how can you put all this into action? Here's a practical summary to guide your next grocery run and meal prep. 1. Limit soy, especially processed and concentrated forms like soy protein isolate, if you're concerned about low testosterone or symptoms of hormonal imbalance. Focus on alternative protein sources, such as eggs, fish, poultry, and lean meats, or plant-based proteins like lentils and chickpeas that lack phytoestrogens. 2. Avoid processed corn products, corn syrup, corn oil, and foods high in omega-6s. Instead, Enjoy fresh corn occasionally, and focus on omega-3 rich foods like salmon, walnuts, and flaxseed to restore a healthy fatty acid balance. 3. Swap raw spinach for gently sautéed or steamed spinach, especially if you consume it regularly. This simple change can dramatically improve your body's ability to absorb zinc and support testosterone production. 4. Make beets, broccoli, and mushrooms regular features in your diet. Prepare beets fresh, steam broccoli lightly, and sauté or roast mushrooms for maximum benefit. 5. And here's a bonus tip for those seeking to optimize testosterone further. Consider boron, a trace mineral often overlooked. Boron can lower levels of SHBG, sex hormone-binding globulin, a protein that binds testosterone and makes it inactive. By reducing SHBG, boron helps increase the amount of free, usable testosterone. Natural sources of boron include dates, raisins, and avocados. A handful of these in your snack or smoothie can make a meaningful difference. It's important to emphasize that these recommendations are based on the latest scientific evidence and clinical experience, but individual needs can vary. If you're managing health conditions or taking medications, discuss dietary changes with your healthcare provider to ensure they're right for you. At PowerAfter70, our mission is to empower you with the tools and knowledge to make informed choices and thrive at every stage of life. You might be wondering, can a few tweaks to my diet really make a difference? The answer, supported by recent studies and real-world experience, is a resounding yes. The foods you choose, not just what you eat, but how you prepare it, can profoundly influence your hormonal balance, energy levels, and overall sense of well-being. Many men find that after just a few weeks of dietary adjustments, they notice improvements in mood, stamina, and even intimacy. It's about making small, strategic changes that stack up over time to create lasting results. Let's revisit the stories of James, Robert, and William, 3 men who made these very changes. James reclaimed his energy and sense of self by cutting out soy and focusing on clean proteins. Robert reversed chronic inflammation and boosted his vascular health by ditching processed corn oils and increasing omega-3s. William, after cooking his spinach and adding mushrooms to his diet, saw his testosterone and zinc levels rise, along with a renewed zest for life. These aren't isolated cases, they reflect a growing understanding in the medical community that nutrition is a cornerstone of healthy aging for men. If you're ready to take the first step, start by reading ingredient lists and being mindful of hidden sources of soy and processed corn. Opt for whole, unprocessed foods whenever possible. Experiment with new recipes featuring beets, broccoli, and mushrooms. Your palate and your body will thank you. And don't forget the importance of mineral-rich snacks like dates and avocados for that extra edge in hormonal health. At PowerAfter70, we believe in building a community of men who support and inspire each other toward greater health and vitality. If you found this information helpful, please like and share this video. Your engagement helps us reach more men who could benefit from these insights. Leave a comment below with your experiences, questions, or tips for maintaining energy and confidence after 60. Your story could be the encouragement someone else needs to make a positive change. As we wrap up, let's recap the key points. Not all vegetables are equally beneficial for men over 60. Soy, processed corn, and raw spinach can interfere with testosterone and male vitality when consumed in excess or prepared the wrong way. Moderation and proper preparation are crucial. Limit soy, avoid processed corn oils, and cook spinach to reduce oxalates. Focus on vegetables that actively support male health. Beets for circulation, broccoli for hormonal balance, and mushrooms for protecting testosterone. Don't overlook the power of trace minerals like boron, found in everyday foods like dates and avocados, to boost free testosterone. Small changes can lead to big results. Listen to your body, stay informed, and don't hesitate to experiment with your diet to find what works best for you. Aging doesn't have to mean slowing down or accepting a decline in quality of life. With the right knowledge and a proactive approach, you can maintain strength, vitality, and confidence well into your 70s, 80s, and beyond. Remember, the journey to better health starts with a single step, and often, that step begins on your plate. If you'd like more expert tips and strategies for living your best life after 60, make sure you're subscribed to PowerAfter70 and have notifications turned on. We're here to support you with honest, practical advice every week. And if you have a friend or loved one who could benefit from this message, share this video and help us build a stronger, healthier community together. Thank you for trusting PowerAfter70 as your partner in wellness. Your engagement and feedback drive us to create content that matters. Let's continue the conversation. Tell us in the comments how these insights resonate with your experience, and what other health topics you'd like to see covered. Together, we can challenge outdated assumptions about aging and redefine what it means to thrive after 60. And finally, remember this: the most powerful medicine is often found not in a bottle, but in the simple, everyday choices you make. By understanding the impact of specific foods, making mindful adjustments, and staying connected to a community that cares, you can enjoy a future filled with strength, vitality, and joy. Here's to living with power after 70 and beyond. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.